Ayo, Chiksua here. Today we're going to fight Wanda in Guild Wars. So as you can see, Wanda has a very big lead, and last time they were actually able to beat us and win the whole war. And yeah, hopefully this time it's going to be a little bit better, and we are going to use Archangel with an insane amount of CC, a 332 KCC Archangel. Right now we are doing a voiceover because it was very late when I attacked, so I didn't want it to basically talk too loud because my brother is sleeping. And yeah, so I hope everything is going to go well. So first of all, what we should do is I honestly don't even remember what we did. I think we probably shielded and then the Sadiel AoE for some damage and keeping the stand so that we are going to not get damaged. Another thing as well is Wanda changed every name in the guild to Nyx, which is for me at least very weird, because from what I have as information is that Nyx is actually a scammer. So changing the name to the whole guild to the scammer's name is for me a little bit weird, but who knows, maybe my information is not wrong, but that's at least what I heard from back in the days when one of my guildies got scammed by him. So yeah, so let's see here. As you can see, she's going to luckily debuff, which does no damage at all, and then luckily they don't break the shield at all, and also the Philo is then going to attack without weak point damage, which means we are very good to go. The cool thing as well about this team is basically that now we are going to second we can just go for the ult of GODLIKE. So here, as you can see, I'm talking in VC as well, and I was saying, hey, why should we not stun the Philo? Because Philo, hey, if she gets a weak point, that's going to be super ugly. And also the Eastern, she's going to 100% use a weak point, and I think we 100% agree it was a really good choice to stun her, because first of all, it could have been like 2 weak points, or at least she would have had 1 weak point, but then now this way we are good to go, and nothing is actually happening, because as you can see, we didn't even proc the GODLIKE passive yet. Now basically we are safe, we are good to go. I think we're going to use the AoE, I think would have been better. So as you can see, like, we are talking in VC, we are saying, hey, should we do this, should we do that, and it looks like we decided to actually merge. Because I logged into a different account, unfortunately I forgot to turn off the ult animation, but I think from time to time watching the ult animation is pretty cool as well. Let me know if you guys agree or if you guys are going to disagree. But yeah, here now basically with the GODLIKE ult, we are basically safe now. If they are going to attack, they are just going to destroy themselves. I think you guys know that. Very sad, the single target doesn't do anything, but now Brunhild is just dead, which is very nice. And yeah, so basically now Philo, unfortunately, it's a single target, but Philo hits like a fucking truck, like when we still have the debuff. So luckily basically Brunhild was gone, but now basically we're going to go for the ult of our Tamil, and then we are pretty much good to go, because we can basically just heal up to full health. So I think we will be using the AoE of Sadiel. Okay, no, I guess it seems like we snipe away someone. We should be able to snipe away the Philo. Yes, very nice with the power strike, very good. And now basically, what is the what's his name? What is the Sigurd gonna do? So here what I remember is we were actually stalling this out for a little bit too long. Like, I'm pretty sure, I'm 100% sure if we are going to ult with the Tamil, we just heal to full health. But like, you know, if you have the chance to play it safe where you 100% get full health, it's no reason to take a risk at all. So that's why we are going to use the 2-star shield. We're going to stance, which means the ult, even with the shield alone, would have not done much anyways, especially because we still have the GODLIKE passive. But as I said, better play it safe, make it guaranteed. As you can see, bam, barely any damage, and now we can actually stun and have the GODLIKE ult, which is 100% full heal. So as I said, the thing is, I'm 100% sure that the Tamil ult would be healing to full health, but hey, once again, like, why taking a risk if we can make it double safe, and having that way that there's no way of, like, let's say missing 1 HP, because the thing is, if you actually do miss 1 HP, who knows, maybe it goes pretty bad in the next team. But yeah, as you can see, very, very nice. We fully cleared a pretty toxic team, honestly, with full HP, which is very, very good for us. So now basically it's going to be the fake AA with Merlin. I think fake AA with Merlin has been in the meta pretty for a long time as well, and it's very, very annoying. Luckily with Archangel, like, you can fairly easy take it down without any issues. So all you need to do is actually just moving 3 times with the Liz, or basically all you need is getting the Liz ult. So what we are going to do now is we're going to move 2 times, we're going to burn the single target, because hey, what we are going to be able to actually get an instant merger, because that way we just get the ult immediately. So it's not going to be worth it to stance, or it can be worth it as well. This is like really, really hard to tell, but like for example, as you can see, it's so annoying that Gotha has 3 ult gauges already. So we're going to move 2 times, we're going to burn the list card, and then we basically only need 1 more list card in order to get the ult. As you can see, we are still debating if it's gonna be better to actually stance, or if it's going to be better if we're going to burn it. But I have decided that we are going to basically do it this way, so that we can have that extra ult gauge. So here, as you can see, the only RNG would have been if Gotha would have debuffed again. If Gotha would have debuffed again, we would have had to stall it a little bit out longer, and that would have been super, super annoying. But the moment Gotha doesn't do like 3 times debuff in a row, you should be good to go. So it's very annoying as well that the list double AoEs. That was a lot of damage, way more damage, but luckily this way now we can basically stance, we can shield, which means the Merlin can't drain, and we can just cleanse away the debuff from the red Tamil, which means our units will barely take any damage. They are not going to be able to drain us, and then we're good to go. So even now, if the debuff happens, it doesn't really matter anymore, unless, which happened last guild wars pretty often honestly, Gotha suddenly had a 2-star debuff, and a 2-star debuff obviously ult seals, and then you are fucked. You are just completely fucked unless the unit dies. But luckily here, as you can see, we're good to go. So here we are checking the ult level. Okay, which ult can we tank? We can probably not tank the Tamil ult, because Tamil has detonate ult, and it's definitely going to be super, super scary. So we have decided, okay guys, we're going to drain the Tamil. Also, we switched our mind, because we should be not attacking into Tamil, because it will increase the stats. So we have decided, okay, let's power strike, because if you attack with the AoE, okay, Sardil has more stats, but is it going to be worth it to eventually die to the Tamil ult? Because not Tamil ult, eventually die to the Gotha ult, because you will actually see it was the right decision. Because if we would have had, or probably if we would have had attacked into the Tamil, the Gotha would have gotten the stat increase, and you will see, like, I think it was Liz who almost dies. Yes, here, look at this. She has literally 1 HP, and that could have gone so freaking wrong. But luckily, we're good to go now, because we're safe. We have the Goddess Liz ult. We don't get the, we don't get anything, but we don't get the buff seal anymore. So basically, we can just work on anything we want, work on anything we like to get, and get the Tamil and what is her name? Margaret ult. So as you can see, I was thinking of merging, but merging was definitely the wrong way to go. Someone on VC said, hey, rather use the shield, else you get drained. And I was like, oh, fuck, you are right. But yeah, that's why you should always attack with other people together, because that's making it much, much safer. Because hey, there are sometimes things you usually know, but when you attack yourself, you are under pressure, and you sometimes forget to do some stuff which is usually naturally, and how do I even say that? I think you guys know what I mean. Like, it's a natural thing to do, but you just forget it. So here, as you can see, luckily we have both ults, because I think if we would have not the ult of Margaret, it would have been super annoying if she if we basically can't kill her, because hey, Liz, as you can see, is the insane toxic unit here, because she's so tanky. But now, as you can see, with the ult and with the golden, we just kill and another full clear with our Archangel against a very, very toxic team as well, because I honestly do not have a proper answer to the fake AA at all, because there's so much RNG which can happen. Like for example, sometimes Gotha gets ult turn 2. That's just so annoying. Because basically with a Merlin, he has 1 extra ult gauge, and then he's going to use 2 cards in the first turn, and then if he gets a Merger, he will 100% use it, and if he has a Merger, he gets 1 additional ult gauge, which means he has ult already, and that's just so toxic. Here, very lucky as well, we out CC. So what we're going to do is we're going to shield, buff, shield, I think, and the AoE. Okay, no. We stance and shield, and then we are going to AoE. I'm pretty sure about that, because we were like, okay, we should probably keep the cleanse for the next round. Like here, as you can see, we are really indecisive. Okay, it looks like we actually moved the list once so that we can eventually get the ult of Goddess list. But yeah, we were really, really indecisive. Very, very sad that we did not get a merger into the list, because getting a merger into the list would have been basically pretty much GG, so that we can cleanse, merge the list, stun someone, stun maybe the Echidna so that she doesn't use the ignite, because yeah, here right now, as you can see, if we are actually going to cleanse, it wasn't really the right decision. And that's a small spoiler, we are going to cleanse, because now we're going to cleanse, we're going to stance, and I think we are going to move the list. And you will see a lot of times, by the way, that we were indecisive. We are going to change our mind, and then we end up doing this or that, and of course we may misplay as well. So we decided to, as I said, to stance and move this to the left. And the problem about the cleanse now is basically we don't have any debuffs, which means Echidna is going to debuff us. She's going to actually use the infect, and the infect is actually very, very scary for us, because the problem is in order to have the super high CC, right, our Tamil is not on triple defense. First of all that, and secondary, he can't heal up, and the only thing, or the main thing, which makes Tamil survive best is that he can heal up. But with the ignite, not ignite, with the infect, unfortunately, it doesn't work. So now we're going to merge and get the Goddessless ult. We are going to go for the stun. We are like, okay, I think Echidna is the most annoying unit. So we are going to just basically attack into Echidna and then stun her. So because if we attack into Echidna, we will not lose the ult, at least on, what's the name? On Liz, because we want to keep the Liz ult, because that is basically our winning condition at the moment, else we are basically have no way. So here, as you can see, our time is running out. So I panicked a little bit. We used the double drain, which was probably not the really wide to go, but very, very unfortunate. Echidna, Jesus Christ, she only has 1 card, and that 1 card might even have been a freaking debuff card, and if it would have been a debuff card, she wouldn't even attack with that. So we are basically hoping that the Nanashi single targets, because then our what's his name, our Sadi gets targeted. So that's why I'm clicking on him, but unfortunately it's a freaking AoE and our Tamil is dead. So I mean, all in all, still it's pretty much safe that we won. It's just really, really sad that we actually lost the unit, because hey, if we would have lost the Sadi instead of the Tamil, that would have been a little bit better as well. But hey, so far we did really, really well, and now basically we are going to get ulted. Luckily, very, very luckily, the what is called the Nanashi will not have the buff. So basically, if you guys are not aware, Nanashi will increase or will give some buffs to the team if you have 2 or less. If you have 2 or less cards in the hand, and as you can see, he doesn't get it, and he has an Amplify ult. So basically, if he would have had that, he would have hit harder, and our Sade would have gotten one-shotted. But as you can see, he survived with literally 1 HP, just because he did not get the buff on, which is, which we were so happy about. Like, oh Jesus, I should have freaking recorded when it happened, because Jesus. Like, you know how close that is? You know how freaking close that is? I mean, of course, you know. So here we are not sure what we should do. So we are gambling. We were thinking that Sadiel with a 2-star and 1-star will kill the Echidna, and then we put the golden onto the Merlin. So maybe the other way around might have been better, because she increases the stats based on basically how many unknown there are on the field, right? So if we would have killed the Merlin right away, we may have killed her already, but hey, does it really matter? We already won, as I said, so we are pretty good to go. Now all our job is oh damn it, Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, I remember now. We took this fight insanely long. Like this fight is gonna be really long. Like you guys are thinking probably, hey, yo, we are almost done, but no, we are not done, because the problem is, as usual, we are going to try to actually... Okay, first of all, we wanted to try to kill her because she's the main damage. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. If we wouldn't have got stunned, it would have been easy GG, but unfortunately, we got stunned. So now we will basically take a lot of damage. Luckily, the ult doesn't do much damage, but the Echidna card will lower us to very low. So I'm, as you can see, hoping that she survives, and she survived with 1 HP. Like... How can the RNG be so good to us? So now luckily we can just snipe her away, and once again we do not want Liz to die, so that's why we have decided, okay, we should move one time and we should attack in order to get a little bit health back. That's at least the plan, what I remember. So if I'm not wrong, so yeah, we are going to move, we're going to attack, and we're going to ult so that the Echidna, the main damage, is gone. And then we're going to pray for a Liz shield in order to protect, and also that Liz does not get attacked, because hey, if Liz gets attacked, she is pretty much dead, right guys? So here as you can see, very unlucky. We do not get a Liz card, but hey, Ram is just using the stun, and we were also super happy about that, because now we can probably just, we will just burn the AoE of Sadiel, and we're going to burn the 2-star AoE. Oh damn it, we didn't burn the 2-star AoE. That would have been much better to get the better card draw, but as you can see, no Liz card again, and we are a little bit sweating now, because hey, it's getting really scary. Ram is about to get the ult, so we have decided, okay, we can probably use the 1-star AoEs and we can cleanse. So it would have been definitely much better if we would have burned the 2-star AoE of Margaret, because hey, that one minus card draw, or that one card draw less, is really fucking us over, because here again we do not have a freaking Liz card at all in order to get the ult. Like we are again getting really scared, because once again Liz is super low, and we have literally nothing. So here what we will do is double AoE. We're going to AoE with the 1-stars, because the thing is, we can't do anything else, because I think she will be probably dead if we don't do that. Here we should be actually not moving the Sadiel, because basically we would be drawing an ult, and we do not want to block our cards at all. So now let's see if we finally get the Liz card. So here, as you can see, finally we do have the Liz card, and super lucky. I don't know why, but Ram she preferred using the stun, which means we will get back a little bit of health, not much, but better than nothing. And now basically we have to pray that the Liz survives. And I think you guys know already that with all the luck we had before, it's going to be again Liz actually survives, and now we can basically cleanse it away. I mean, the cleanse is not really necessary, but the cleanse is necessary when we want to ult. We can ult with Liz in order to heal up to full health, and now the Sadiel, with being cleansed away, he's going to one-shot the Ram. And this way it was 100% worth it to actually, to actually stall it out, because hey, then you have a better chance for the next team. But oh well, maybe it was not worth it all, because the next team, Jesus Christ, is very toxic as well, because it's a demon team, and we would have been able to out-CC it if we didn't lose Tamir. So I think we would have won if we would have had Tamir still left, but unfortunately we do not have Tamir here, so which means basically, unfortunately, we are going to get destroyed. So it's going to be the AoE of Kusek, it's going to be the AoE of Melee, which hits super hard with the increase of the Chandler, and then it's going to be the single target of Melee, which is very scary as well, and snipes down one unit already. It's very sad that they go for the Goddess list, because hey, that really hurts, because I was hoping that they would go for the Sadio. That might have been a little bit better, but yeah, what we're going to do is buff shield, and I think Sadiel AoE was the card we used just to get back some health of Sadiel, hopefully getting the ult of Sadiel or the Margaret. But once again, the problem is the demons are so freaking tanky. They do have the darkness stacks, which increase stats. We have like an insane card draw, but unfortunately the Chandler, he has a fucking buff strip and he goes for Liz. If he wouldn't have gone for Liz, we would have been totally fine, but unfortunately, bam, she got sniped away. She just got destroyed. So what we're going to do now is we will just go for the Margaret ult, or basically we were hoping that we can, and luckily we are able to, because we get that merger. And now we're going to buff up so that next round the Margaret ult is going to hit harder. Here, this is basically all we can do. This is basically, we are about to hit the end. Very sad. So as you can see, I'm hoping that they are going to target to the Sadiel. I'm very glad that this time the strip went onto Sadiel, because that way our Margaret cannot get encroached, because if the strip would have gone onto her, she would have been encroached, Sadiel would have been dead, and we would have been not able to deal damage. So now we are debating, okay, who should we ult? The thing is, so he's the squishiest from the blue units, and he is the squishiest, but he is elemental advantage. So it's really hard to tell on who. So we have decided, okay, let's just ult into the Kusek. Let's just pray that we are going to one-shot. I took the opportunity of this ult in order to basically have a very nice thumbnail as well. But yeah, very sad, guys. Unfortunately, the Kusek is actually staying alive, and that's why we are going to leave, because we did not one-shot him. So yeah, that's basically it, guys. That's basically it for the Wonder War. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this. If you don't want to miss anything, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, and peace out for now.